Privacy, security, Constitution. There's a new controversy brewing in the law enforcement world over the use of a device known as a stingray. A stingray is used to locate a mobile phone when that mobile phone is not being used to make a call. Authorities are now using the technology to track the location of somebody, often without a search warrant. So reports the Wall Street Journal, which, as I mentioned, is owned by the parent company of this network. With us now, the host of Freedom Watch on Fox Business and the Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. So now they're tracking our phones using a stingray.
Well, the same Justice Department that the Wall Street Journal just revealed is tracking you where you go without a search warrant on the basis of a phone you're not using. Also revealed to the Supreme Court last month that it is placing GPS devices in the automobiles of people who don't have phones in their cars so they can track them in their cars. So the big picture is, where is their respect for the Constitution? The Justice Department will argue there's no expectation of privacy. All we're doing is using technology. We can use it to save lives. I would argue that the Constitution says if you want to get inside of someone's phone, you have to get a search warrant. That's the functional equivalent of getting inside their home, inside their papers, inside their computer. The Justice Department disagrees. The case is being litigated before a federal judge in Arizona as we speak. But the Wall Street Journal revealed this morning that this is being done to large numbers of people without search warrants. The one in Arizona is the only one we know about and the only one that's before a federal judge.
Doing this to all these people to what end?
Well, the Justice Department won't say, because if they don't prosecute you, if they don't find anything wrong, then there's nothing to prosecute you for. You'll never know that they've been tracking you. The only way the guy in Arizona knows about it is because they found evidence, which they're now using in a case against him for income tax evasion. It's nothing to do with terrorism. It's an income tax evasion case which they stumbled upon while they were following him and trying to figure out where he was, looking for some other issue.
But they can't do that, Judge.
They can do it if they disregard the Constitution. Look, we have serious problems if the Constitution is disregarded. No one in America wants to live in a country where the government is unrestrained. Power, by its nature, expands. The whole purpose of the Constitution is to keep the government within the confines of the document, to force it to respect our rights no matter what it says about us. If the government can transgress the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, then the government can do anything.
But since 9/11, and arguably with some instances before, but especially since 9/11, it's what they do.
They do.
I mean, you can't argue that. It's just a fact. It's what they do.
Societally, people do not regard the right to privacy the way the founders did and the way we all did before 9/11. They have given up the ghost on the right to privacy and have basically let the government transgress privacy. This will
to their peril?
To their peril. This will be very bad when people in the government use it to harm their political opponents. And, of course, that's happened in the past as well.
And you would anticipate that will happen again. I mean, you can't have something like that and not use it.
The founders didn't trust this kind of power in the hands of the executive branch of the government. They forced them to run this power past a federal judge, so the federal judge, neutral, could say yes or no. When they do this without getting a search warrant, they cut out the judiciary, and they're making these decisions on their own without the filter of a federal judge. The founders trusted federal judges to filter this stuff, let them do it properly and lawfully. The government doesn't want to do that. And the Wall Street Journal, to their credit, discovered this and revealed it on the front page this morning, and it's been going on for years.
Judge Napolitano, one more time. We'll watch you tonight, all right?
Thank you, Chef.
8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 Central on the Fox Business Network. There with the Jerry Willis, but the judge is up later. He's on at 8.